Hey, good morning, digital artists. I just wanted to show you a few things now that we are all online to make sure you've got the access you need. So first of all, to log into Canvas, make sure you're going to canvas.instructure.com. You can just go to Google and look up Canvas, but you will see different things. There's learn.canvas.net. There's different schools that have their own Canvas, so you just want to go to the Canvas by Instructure to log in. And I already have that right here. And then I'm going to log in with my login. If login with Google works for you, that's fine, but just you need to log in consistently so that I can see and recognize you from your work that you do on Canvas. Okay, so here you are at the dashboard. Here we are at the dashboard. The to-do list, I would not trust that as much. The modules are really where you'll find the instructions. Some things get populated to the to-do list, but not everything. So to make sure I can recognize you, you want to go on Account and Settings. If you haven't already done this, and you will want to update your display name on your picture so that you are recognizable. Okay, so here I am on my settings. I can click on the picture and either upload a picture or take a picture. I can allow it to use my camera, and I can just take a picture right here today and use that as my profile picture. Or you can just upload a picture, choose it, and upload it from your browser. You can also make sure that your name shows up as something recognizable. Default, it will give you a bunch of numbers, and I can't recognize you by those. So you definitely need to change your name to something recognizable so you get credit for the work you do on here. And it moves it around. Oh, when I'm showing you on this computer at school, it pushes it down to the bottom. But for most of us, it'll be right over here to the right, Edit Settings. You click on that, and then it will allow you to. Boy, it's being slow this morning. And then it will allow you to, it's not showing me right now, but I know I've done it before and it's worked. So you click on Edit Settings and it'll allow you to edit your display name. So make sure you're updating that so that it's something noticeable. While you are in your settings, you can also go to Notifications, and you can control how often and what Canvas sends to you. So, as it says here, if you put a check mark by something, it'll notify you right away. If you put the little clock, it'll send a daily summary, and the calendar send a weekly summary, or an X, don't send anything. So it has my various contact information in here, but here under my email address, I can tell it exactly what I want it to send to me and when. So it's a really good idea, guys, to make sure that you set up your notifications so that you're getting, at the very least, I would get daily summaries. Weekly summaries might not be often enough. I'm getting things like when we post to discussions, I get a notice every time somebody posts to a discussion. So if you want to be able to keep up on discussions, you could do that and turn this into notify me right away, or just get a daily summary. And there's a few things like this stuff over here. Oh, I should actually change announcements to daily summary. Okay, so you can just change those and update your notification preferences. That will help you get and see what you want to your email. So I'm going to go over here to Dashboard. The navigation for Canvas hasn't really changed. If you go to any of our courses, I'm just going to show GDIM1 on this one. I'm keeping the courses fairly consistent so that if you have more than one, you're not learning a whole new organization system for every course. So here I am. Let me go in Student View so I can see what you see. Monday morning. I think a lot of people are on Canvas right now. It seems a little slower than it usually is. And be patient just with Canvas or Empower. Um, there's a lot of people on there right now, and a lot of stress on these systems and on us people. So just be patient, reload it if you have to, but see, it's just taking a moment. So you'll see when I go to the home page, I can see the announcements at the top. So when I schedule Zoom Hangouts, I will put them in announcements. I will also, this was just a little spring break one, but if it's part of the week's activities, I will also put it in that week. So if you look here, I've created one called Information Center, updated regularly. So I'm going to put new stuff in there all the time. So this is something you'll want to come back and check. Need support, there's resources here, so there's a resource list you can download here. It's also a discussion, so you could add resources that you come across. There's an overview and when it's updated. If you have general questions, you can post them here for me or for classmates. This Wanna Chat is just an open place where you guys can go and chat and share together. Here's Canvas help. So some basics, some how-tos, another video I made about embedding images. I'll show you a little bit more about that in this video. So I will add this video right here to the Canvas help. And then you'll see by week, and I'm going to put the current week at the top. So we've got week 2, GDIM1 Virtual Academy. You can go in and see the overview for the week, or this is actually, I added just for those of us who weren't there with us last week, I added the Virtual Academy overview itself. The bell schedule has changed to give us some more breathing room. Make sure you're familiar with that. Really, the only reason we will need the bell schedule in our class is to schedule what's called synchronous activities, which is like all of us getting on Zoom, a video conference at the same time. So I will only schedule those during your class period shown on this schedule. Other than that, this is to help you manage your time. So let me know if you're struggling with the schedule. Everybody make sure you join our class reminds, because I'm sending reminders out when information is ready. So, and remember, you can click Next to get to the next activity. Or you can, if you're more comfortable, go back to the modules and go from there. But I do kind of do them in somewhat of a chronological kind of order. So here we go with the week 2 overview, right? So it will give you information about what you're asked to do. So for attendance, participation, project scores, this is what you're asked to do this week. And sometimes it'll specify some timing. It will give you links right to those activities, or like I said, you can continue to go next and just go through them in the modules. Okay, you do have to make sure that you are logged in to participate in discussions and to submit your work in Canvas. So make sure you have done that. And speaking of discussions, let's see if we can get to this one. We'll try to have a little bit of fun every week, just like we do in class. So instead of just having a boring attendance sheet thing that says, tell me you're here, we'll do something fun like this, Would You Rather Snapchat edition. So I've created a little video with the instructions there that you can play. And when you are replying, right, you hit reply. And then you have these options. You can obviously type your reply here, but you can also embed media. And if you look, this one's specifically asking you to post your reply in the form of a filtered photo or video. So how would you do that? To get your video or picture up onto Canvas, you can, as I've seen you guys do, go to insert or embed media. If it happens to be on YouTube, you can link it here. You can go to the embed image and choose the URL. If it happens to be online, I show you more about how to use this in another video. But what I want to show you now is how to put it on Canvas files and get it from there. Because yes, you can choose upload a file, but that's not always the most effective way to share your images, because what happens then is the rest of us have to download and open that file instead of just being able to see it. So what I like to do is keep another tab open in Canvas if I know I'm going to leave the student view. Might not let me do all of this in student view. Sorry about the lag, but that's the digital world we live in, and my neighborhood doesn't have the greatest Wi-Fi. I hope you are not experiencing too much lag yourself. Okay, so what I like to do, go into your account in just one extra tab and Files. And in Files, this is where you can actually store things. I store instructional materials. You can store some of your own work. It's not really ideal like the GDIM drive because you can't, you do have to re-upload it every time when you're done working on it. So your Google Drive might be a little easier to store things. But if there are things you specifically want to share in your class on Canvas, then what I do is I go pop them into my files. You can create folders here if you want to, like I have a couple folders, or I just drag and drop. So I'm going to go to my folder here, and okay, I made an OK Zoomers meme. I'm going to drag and drop that onto my files. It's uploading it right now. There we go. When it's done, it shows up here. Now I can go back to my discussion post or another kind of submission for a project and click on my files. You know what? I think I need to get out of student view for this to work. Student view only lets me do a few things, so I wanted to show it as you guys see it, but this pretty much looks the same for me or you, so I think we're going to leave student view here. But what you can do is once I click open my files, I seem to have gotten Canvas stuck. So sometimes I get impatient and just go open another tab, especially when I'm recording another video and people are going to be watching this and don't want to wait for things to load. Oh, there we go. And I was just impatient. Okay, so now I can hit reply on the discussion and then click on embed image, go to Canvas, available folders. I know I put it in my files, so I'm going to open that up and look for the file. OK Zoomers. You can set the size here or just hit update and then set the size physically. Try this again. Canvas might really be experiencing a little more than lag this morning. But you get the idea of how it's supposed to work. Let me just try it one more time. I'm not exactly sure why Canvas is being a little difficult this morning, but it is. It's probably just the load on it. Systems like Empower and Canvas weren't necessarily meant to have this many users all the time. So what I'm guessing is maybe it hasn't processed the image because I just uploaded it and it's not showing, but I guarantee you most of the time this works. If you have to, you can just upload it right to the post, but really that is not the ideal way blah, 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 to share your work. Let me just try something else to see if that works, something I put in there earlier. Oh, now it works. There we go. Okay, so there I could post my reply. Even if it's a video, you could upload that to your files as well and post it this way, and then post reply. And then my reply, oh my goodness, is being difficult, but it will work. It's definitely a glitch this morning that we're experiencing that. Okay, so that way you can also put things in your files and then submit them. There we go. There. Just took a moment for it to update with both images that I had put in there. So, see, it's working. It's just a little bit slow. Okay, so for submitting work to some of the project things, now that Empower is working better, I'm going to try to direct us to Empower for our submissions because that's where our grades happen. So just pay attention to the Canvas modules and the instructions for that week as to whether you'll be submitting on Canvas or on Empower. Like week 1, we submitted on Canvas because Empower wasn't working so well. Week 2, there's only one thing to submit and a discussion to participate, so both of those are going to happen on Canvas. But when your independent project comes due, if Empower's working, then that submission will be on Empower. So just pay attention week to week in this week 2 overview. This is really where you can see what the expectations for this week and what you need to be done. I just wanted to show you this and make sure you're a little more comfortable in Canvas now that you are using it from home. And please, please, please remember to reach out to me. I am here, right here, sitting here for you during your class and during the school day. So let me know. Reach out through email or Remind. And we are all in this together, guys. We can do this. Peace out.